Dante, Divine Comedy, Paradiso, Canto 6. After that Constantine the eagle turned against the course of heaven, which it had followed behind the ancient who Lavinia took. 200 years and more the bird of God and the extreme of Europe held itself, near to the mountains whence it issued first. And under shadow of the sacred plumes, it governed there the world from hand to hand, and, changing thus, upon mine own alighted. Caesar I was, and am Justinian, who by the will of primal love I feel, took from the laws the useless and redundant. And ere unto the work I was attent, one nature to exist in Christ, not more, believed, and with such faith was I contented. But blessed Adabatus, he who was the supreme pastor, to the faith sincere pointed me out the way by words of his. Him I believed, and what was his assertion I now see clearly, even as thou sayest, each contradiction to be false and true. As soon as with the church I moved my feet, God in his grace it pleased with this high task, to inspire me, and I gave me wholly to it. And to my Belisarius I commended the arms, to which was heaven's right hand so joined, it was a signal that I should repose. Now here to the first question terminates my answer. But the character thereof constrains me to continue with a sequel, in order that thou see with how great reason men move against the standard sacrosanct, both who appropriate and who oppose it. Behold how great a power has made it worthy of reverence, beginning from the hour when Pallas died to give it sovereignty. Thou knowest it made in Alba its abode, 300 years and upward, till at last the 3 to 3 fought for it yet again. Thou knowest what it achieved from Sabine wrong down to Lucretia's sorrow, in 7 kings overcoming round about the neighboring nations. Thou knowest what it achieved, borne by the Romans illustrious against Brennus, against Pyrrhus, against the other princes and confederates, Tocotus thence and Quincius, who from locks unkempt was named Deci and Fabi, received the fame I willingly embalm. It struck to earth the pride of the Arabians, who, following Hannibal, had passed across the Alpine ridges from which thou glidest. Beneath it triumphed while they yet were young Pompey and Scipio, and to the hill beneath which thou wast born, it bitter seemed. Then, near unto the time when heaven had willed to bring the whole world to its mood serene, did Caesar by the will of Rome assume it. What it achieved from Var unto the Rhine, Iser beheld and sown, beheld the Seine, and every valley whence the Rhone is filled. What it achieved when it had left Ravenna and leaped the Rubicon, with such a flight that neither tongue nor pen could follow it. Round towards Spain it wheeled its legions. Then towards Durazzo and Pharsalia smote that to the Calid Nile was felt the pain. And Tandros and the Simuis, whence it started, it saw again. And there where Hector lies, and ill for Ptolemy then roused itself. From thence it came like lightning upon Juba, then wheeled itself again into your west, where the Pompeian clarion it heard. From what it wrought with the next standard-bearer, Brutus and Cassius, howling hell together, and Modena and Perugia dolent were. Still doth the mournful Cleopatra weep because thereof, who, fleeing from before it, took from the adder sudden and black death. With him it ran even to the Red Sea shore. With him it placed the world in so great peace, that unto Janus was his temple closed. But what the standard that has made me speak achieved before, and after should achieve throughout the mortal realm that lies beneath it, becometh in appearance mean and dim. If in the hand of the third Caesar seen, with eye unclouded and affection pure, because the living justice that inspires me granted it, in the hand of him I speak of, the glory of doing vengeance for its wrath. Now here attend to what I answer thee. Later it ran with Titus to do vengeance upon the vengeance of the ancient sin. And when the tooth of Lombardy had bitten the holy church, then underneath its wings did Charlemagne victorious succor her. Now hast thou power to judge of such as those whom I accused above, and of their crimes, which are the cause of all your miseries. To the public standard one the yellow lily opposes, the other claims it for a party, so that 'tis hard to see which sins the most. Let the Ghibellines ply their handicraft beneath some other standard, for this ever ill follows he who it in justice parts. And let not this new Charles heir strike it down, he and his Guelphs, but let him fear the talents that from a noble lion stripped the fell. Already oftentimes the sons have wept the father's crime, and let him not believe that God will change his scutcheon for the lily. This little planet doth adorn itself with the good spirits that have active been, that fame and honor might come after them. And whensoever the desires mount thither, thus deviating, must perforce the rays of the true love less vividly mount upward. But in commensuration of our wages, with our desert as portion of our joy, because we see them neither less nor greater. Herein doth living justice sweeten so affection in us, that forevermore it cannot warp to any iniquity. Voices diverse make up sweet melodies. So in this life of ours the seats diverse render sweet harmony among these spheres. And in the compass of this present pearl shineth the sheen of Romeo, of whom the grand and beauteous work was ill rewarded. But the Provençals who against him wrought, they have not laughed, and therefore ill goes he, who makes his hurt of the good deeds of others. 4 daughters, and each one of them a queen, had Raymond Beringer, and this for him did Romeo, a poor man and a pilgrim. And then malicious words incited him to summon to a reckoning this just man, who rendered to him 7 and 5 for 10. Then he departed poor and stricken in use, and if the world could know the heart he had, in begging bit by bit his livelihood, though much it laud him, it would laud him more.